Let's take a look at Daniel Jeremiah from NFL Network's mock draft. This is one that he released yesterday. Has the Titans going Abdul Carter 1. He has Cam Ward going 2 to the Browns. Shedeur Sanders 7 to the Raiders. Daniel Jeremiah, who did this mock draft, talked about why Cam Ward to the Browns at 2.
Cleveland. Now, this was, again, mock drafts, doing it from talking to people, using my ears, was, okay, they need a cheap quarterback. Deshaun Watson he's not playing. That whole thing's a mess, and all the money committed there. I had previously put them without a quarterback because the Kirk Cousins connection was Stefanski, and then, okay, that could make sense. They wouldn't have to pay Kirk Cousins much. But this was more like, their roster with where it is, and if they're not going to trade Myles Garrett, there's no guarantees they're going to be up here again. This was a playoff team 2 years ago. They just need they need an upgraded quarterback. Can they get somebody? This was the phrase that was used. Can they get Bo Nix, style upside with the player? And I think absolutely Cam Ward can eventually get to, where Bo Nix has already gotten to with the Denver Broncos. So it's a cheap quarterback, makes sense.
And you see that was AI that was doing it. That's the reason for we didn't do that. I'm saying that's AI. It makes sense. I don't, again, Cam Ward, I don't know. I don't love either of these quarterbacks. I don't hate either of these quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think it's important to note how Daniel Jeremiah does his mocks. He does his mock drafts with his ears, what he's hearing around the league. He does his big board and his top 50 ranking with his eyes. And, so the mock draft 1.0 from DJ, he had Travis Hunter going to the Browns. So now he's starting to hear more smoke that the Browns are considering a quarterback at the top of this draft. So I think he just went with the quarterback he has as the highest rated. And if you look at DJ's big board, the last time he did one, he had Cam Ward as the 10th overall prospect, but going number 2 in this instance if he hears the Browns are considering quarterback. And he is the quarterback that gives you the most upside. There are some things you have to coach out of Cam Ward. That's the reality of the situation if you draft him. And I don't think there is a plug and play quarterback in this draft. And I think if you get Cam Ward, you're going to have to kind of revise his game, his footwork, take away some of his propensity for big game hunting, which that's okay when you're in the second contract of a quarterback and you're paying him all the money and you need him to carry the team. That's not what the Browns need. That's what Kevin Stefanski can't afford it. He's got to win games. It's about keeping it on the rails and operating the offense. And that's something you don't going to get from Cam Ward day one, which is disheartening when you're talking about spending the second overall pick on a quarterback, that it's not just someone you're just going to hand the reins over to and let them roll. So it doesn't. You're still going to have to take other measures to bring guys in to kind of bring this guy along. And who knows? You know as well as I do, when you spend that kind of draft equity on a quarterback, you can say you're going to rest him the whole year and just let him learn. We know after games 4, 6, 8, at some point he's going to have to get in there and show you what he has. But it's scary when you're looking at a player with a very high ceiling, but also a very low floor like Cam Ward.